There are 4 red cards and 4 blue cards. The spectator can select any one of these cards by just thinking of it in their mind. After the packets pass through each other, the spectator reveals the name of their card, and that card is found in the other packet. It's the penetration of your thoughts directly into the deck. You might drive people crazy with this. Might. Alright, yo, so check this out for those of you who are curious. Today I'm using the red and blue bicycle rider back playing cards. And this trick is actually really cool in how it works because it's very simple. So I want you just to look and think of any one of these cards. It can truly be anyone you want. But since you're not actually here, let's just say you thought and memorized this card. And yes, I do know there are duplicates. Push that card right back in. And now I have no idea what card you actually selected. But let's just quickly go through. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 red cards. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 blue cards. So I'll take the red cards for now, leave them on over to the side. And how many blue cards does that leave me with? 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll take these blue cards, leave them here. And how many red cards? 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to hold the red cards on one end. I want you to hold the red cards on the other end. And just think of the card you memorized, alright? Alright. I think the packet knows. Check this out. If I take this packet, and we're just going to slide the red packet onto the blue one. I don't know if you saw that happen, but there are now only 3 red cards. And for the first time, can you name the card you selected? The Jack of Clubs that you merely just thought of. If we take a look, there's 1 red card, and that is the Jack of Clubs. Boom. What up, crew? It is Magic Monday, and this is your place to learn Magic, master your performance, and captivate audiences. The effect I'm sharing with you today is a variation on the card trick known as Penetration of Thought by the man himself, Dai Vernon. So you know it gotta be good. Before we dive right into the tutorial, make sure you smash that like button and get ready to share with all your friends. Now grab your favorite deck, and let's do it. Here we are at the tutorial. A bit of background before we get started. I would say this is more of an intermediate level trick just because of the level of sleights that it involves and a couple of steps that are involved. But I think it's really cool how it works, and this is just my variation on Dai Vernon's effect. So for this trick, you want 4 red cards and 4 blue cards. You want duplicates from the red and blue deck. So the cards that I picked 1 of every suit. I picked the Jack of Clubs, 6 of Hearts, Queen of Spades, and 10 of Diamonds. And of course the same from the other deck as well. So 4 red, 4 blue. You can pick any cards that you really want, just make sure they're duplicates. And I like to stick to 1 of each suit, and I'll tell you why later on in this tutorial. So to start off, I like to organize the cards in chased order. So chased is clubs, hearts, spades, diamond, right? So the order of the letters that appear in the word chased. Club, hearts, spades, diamonds. I do that with both packets, club, heart, spades, and diamonds. Now, it doesn't matter, either one of these packets can go on top of each other. It just depends how you want the card to jump from one packet to the other. If you want a blue card to jump to the red packet, put the blue packet on top. If you want a red card to jump to the blue packet, you put the red packet on top. So let's just go over what I did in my performance. So the deck or the packet is now set up and we're ready to go. When I pull out these cards, you of course prepare them ahead of time beforehand. You pull out these cards and tell the spectator that this trick is literally impossible and it's actually going to penetrate their thoughts. Or their thoughts are going to penetrate this packet. However you want to phrase it, really the performance is completely up to you. So you tell them whatever you want to tell them. And then from this point, you fan out the cards in front of the spectator. You don't tell them at first how many of each card there are because you're going to cover that later on. So you show them these cards, right? And you can tell them, yes, I do know there are duplicates. So they're going to take a look and memorize any one of these cards. Now, it doesn't matter if they memorize this Jack of Clubs, this Jack of Clubs, this 6 of Hearts, this 6 of Hearts. It doesn't matter which one they memorize, as long as they memorize a card, right? There are many actually outcomes to this trick that I'll cover a bit later on in this video. But let's just cover the first and easiest one, the Jack of Clubs. And I guess, spoiler, I kind of took the easy way out in my performance, so don't hate me. So we have these cards, right? And you tell them to select any one of these cards. Let's just say they selected the Jack of Clubs for easiness purpose and to kind of just outline the basic stuff of this trick. So now you show them, you're going to count off 1 card at a time. You say I have 1, 2, 3, 4 red cards. And now what you're going to do is you're actually going to cull this 4th red card. So it's going to come here. And you're going to pull it back with these fingers like this so that it's further behind than that last card. So you did count 4 red cards, but it's not the card that's leading out here. This is, it's a card here, not the card leading out. And then you're going to count 4 blue cards. And these 4 blue cards actually or 3 of the blue cards are going to go above this Jack of Clubs. So you push up and then you count 1, 2, 3, and the last jack of clubs, or the last card of the blue packet, goes underneath. So let's just go through that one more time. I'll show you the top-down view, because I just showed you the bottom view. Again, we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, call that card. So now you stop here, I say 4 red cards. Again, that card's called. And now these cards go underneath the third card, but above the fourth card. So you say, then I have 1, 2, 3, and then this fourth blue card is going to go underneath that last red card. 4 blue cards. So the fanned out, the cards are going to end up looking like this. 3 red cards on top, followed by 3 blue cards, 1 red card, 1 blue card. So again, last time, I know I'm kind of going through this in detail, but I really want you to get a good understanding of this. So up to speed, 1, 2, 3, 4 red cards, and we have, I don't know what happened. My brain just died on me while I was doing that. But up to speed, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 red cards, and 1, 2, 3, 4 blue cards. Then when you spread it out, the outcome should look like this, with the jack of clubs being controlled within the blue cards. You square everything up, and you say, I'm going to take the 4 red cards, but you're actually taking 3 of the red cards. I just count them in the back using my thumb. Put them on over to the side here. I'm going to put the red cards there, and that leaves us with how many blue cards? I like to ask them that, and they're going to say 4. Now, I catch a break right above the bottom card like this with my thumb, and you want to false count these 5 blue cards as 4, or sorry, you want to false count these 4 blue cards and 1 red card as 4 blue cards. So you catch a break underneath. I'm catching the break with my thumb like this, and now I start peeling off cards. So I peel off 1, 2. When I get to this card, this is actually 2 cards, right? And what the red card is concealed. So what I do is I come in with my thumb and I go to the edge of this card here, and I pull that out, counting 3, and then I put the 4th card on top, saying 4. So now the red card has been controlled to the center. You can put this on over to the side. You say you have 4 blue cards, and of course we have, and then you do a false count here as well with the 4 red cards. You don't have to, but Dai Vernon did it in his effect, and of course the handlings that I'm doing is completely different than what Dai Vernon did. He actually used a false buckle count for these cards, showing off the 4 blue cards. But the way that I'm going to do it is, again, hold the cards in a biddle grip here, then I count off 1, and then I load this back into the bottom of this packet, 2, 3, and 4. Again, up to speed, it looks natural because it looks like you're counting 1, 2, 3, and 4. Where in actuality, instead of doing 1, 2, 3, you're counting 1, loading this card up back to the bottom, and then 2, 3, 4. Then you can put this packet back down, or you tell the spectator that, again, performance completely up to you. You hold one corner, they hold the other corner. You can have some kind of, magical, mystic, psychic ability going through the cards and say, okay, the packet knows what your card is. And then I like to pick up the blue packet and kind of just slide this on top like this, just to showcase these packets have touched in some way. Again, you can do whatever you want. You can make it pass through if you want to do that. And then I toss this on over to the table and say there are only 3 red cards. And for the first time, can you name your card? And this is where there are multiple outcomes, right? So up to this point, you do exactly what I did. And now there are 4 outcomes. The first outcome is if they chose a club. More specifically, in this case, if they chose the jack of clubs. So if they choose the jack of clubs, what I do is I like to spread out the cards and push these cards towards them, and they can take out the red card and they see it's a jack of clubs. It's an absolute miracle. They're in complete and utter shock, which is what I cheated at when I did my performance. But of course, 75% of the time, that's not going to happen. So there are a couple of different outcomes. Let's go to the chase order. So clubs, that's the first outcome, and that's just the card that they select. Outcome number 2 is hearts. So for the hearts, the heart is actually on top. I think it was 6 of hearts. So the heart is actually right above this card. So what I like to do is I kind of go through and recap. I say, originally there were 4 and 4, and then one of the cards jumped to this packet, so now we have 5. And then I reverse count these 5 cards. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now once that's reverse counted, I can say, if you take a look, there's 1 red card in this packet. You can either put these on the table, or you can put them underneath the packet, square everything up, and now you're going to do a double lift with this card here. And once you do the double lift, it's going to show as the 6 of hearts. Turn it over, immediately put that down, and sandwich it here and square everything up. So that's the second outcome, right? First outcome was Jack of Clubs. You just pick it out as is. Second outcome, the Six of Hearts, or the heart that you selected. You reverse the packet, then you do a double lift to show that Six of Hearts. Now these cards are messed up, so let me go back to the original order. All right, it took me a second to find out what the order should be. But so I went over club and I went over heart. Now let's say they picked spades, right? So you can do the exact same thing as hearts, except you don't have to reverse the order. What you can say is, so here you can see I have 5 cards. You can take these 2 cards, again, put them on the table, put them below. Let's just say you put them underneath the deck, do a double lift, and you can showcase it's the Queen of Spades that they selected. And that's the reasoning behind why I'm using one of each suit, just so I can easily track it and know where they are in this packet. So that's what you do if they pick the spade, right? Let me bring this back on top. Now, lastly, what do you do if they pick diamond? This is probably the most fun one. I take these 2 cards, put them over to the side, and I say we have this 1 red card. Now, I don't really know what this move is called, but I use it in like one of my favorite tricks, like the this and that card trick. You're going to slide this card back, and now you're going to push both of these cards forward. Thumb's going to come down here, index finger goes on top of this card, middle finger goes on top of this card. Push down on both, thumb here, and slide both of these forward. What that's going to do, it's going to line up the bottom card with the top card. So from the bottom view, I'm pushing this down and forward. You can see these 2 cards are lined up. And all you're going to do now is grab, pinch this corner, flip over. And now it's going to seem like you flipped over the top card. But in actuality, you grabbed the bottom card and brought it on over. And you're showing it as the diamond. And that is Dai Vernon's Penetration of Thought. Make sure you put the cards back together after the reveal to prevent sus people from doing sus things. Hope you like that effect, and for more tricks by Dai Vernon, click on this video right here because he is the man, like the man's man. A huge shout out to all my Patreon producers, and thank you, love you, see you soon.